They were going to widen the highway. There was controversy which way was best. Some said it ought to go to the east, some said it ought to go west. Then we got the word from the czar up at MDOT. He said, we're coming right down through the middle of town, and that's whether you like it or not. A young girl picked up her picture book. She said, Grandpa, what could this be? The old man just shook his head. He said, Hon, that's called a tree. They used to grow on Church Street, all up and down each side. But when they built the new highway, they all shriveled up and died. Here's to Port Gibson, that pretty little town. It survived an attack by U.S. Grant, fell the old Butchman. All right, I screwed that up, so y'all be sure and leave that part out.
I was introduced to the situation on Church Street with the Mississippi Department of Transportation's proposal to 4-lane it, and in some cases 5-lane it. What I see is, as a tourism planner also, the possibility and potential for Port Gibson to reach maybe its, finally reach its ultimate potential, and that is a true historic district with real tourism and development. The first development I could see would be a truck stop. I've talked with many trucking people, loggers in particular, and they hate going down Church Street with all the traffic lights and congestion, and would love a bypass and would stop at a truck stop, of course. So economics alone would justify the relocation of Highway 61 to an east bypass. Many floodplains have been crossed on the Highway 61 project up until Port Gibson, and this is the last little segment of the entire 61 project from the Tennessee line to the Louisiana line. If the bypass were to be completed, it would open up some tremendous opportunities for really authentic and thematic historic developments in Port Gibson, not only along Church Street, but along Market Street, which is the next block over. Art, museum. We're actually starting to work on a museum now. We've discovered a pre-Civil War barracks here that was used by black soldiers, the Buffalo Soldiers, after the Battle of Port Gibson. Those kind of landmarks can be really developed and presented and interpreted to tourism, the tourist here, in a real way.
When I was a young boy, this would have been about 1958, 1959, my buddy Billy Morgan and I, one of our pastimes was to go out and sit on the curb there in front of Oak Square. And we could see from the top of CHA Hill all the way to the BC's Exxon red light. I'm sure that's at least a mile, probably more. And the game was to see how many times we could look both directions and not see an automobile. And back in those days, this was in the middle of the day, in a half-hour stretch, there would be several times that you could look and not see a vehicle in either direction. And sometime that would last for 5 minutes or more. And I would challenge you to go out there now and see if you can see the highway clear for that stretch.
I'm Fred Reeves. I'm the current mayor of the city of Port Gibson. For those who want to help us preserve what's here and move this city forward, I would encourage you to sign the petition that's circulating, stating that we don't want Highway 61 coming down Church Street. I encourage you to sign it, and please support us, not only by signing the petition, but take a journey to the city of Port Gibson, in which General Ulysses S. Grant said was a city too beautiful to burn. And my great-great-grandfather marched with him, and I want to say he came down Church Street when Grant came through.
Butch Brown came down to Port Gibson to try and ease folks' fears. He stepped up to the podium, said,
I want to give him Highway 61 so he can call it Church Street. Because as soon as we get a bypass, we're out of here.
We'd like you to do that as well. Thank you.
That's my goal.
here's to Port Gibson, that pretty little town. It survived an attack by U.S. Grant.